Hi and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vince. Thanks for stopping by. You're very welcome here indeed. So why have I decided to build a commercial gym here in the Philippines? As you can imagine, it's not going to be a cheap venture. If you've watched the channel for any length of time, you'll know that my unofficial pillars of longevity are in order: nutrition, exercise, sleep, reducing stress, and then targeted supplementation. Now, there used to be a number of gyms in my local area, but they were all damaged as a result of typhoon debt. Some have now opened, but unfortunately, the majority have not. In the town where I live, back in the day, there was one very, very small gym, probably held about 5 people, 10 people maximum, but it was absolutely terrible. That did close many, many years ago. I now have to drive about 11 miles, either north or south of where I am, to find a halfway decent gym. 11 miles isn't really that far, and normally I'd be more than happy to do that. In Dubai, I used to drive that far to get to a good CrossFit box. But here on the island, with the quality of the roads and the large amount of slow-moving traffic, this can take anywhere between half an hour, and on a bad day, it can actually take a whole hour. The town where I live has a population of 33,000. There's no gym here, so there's definitely a need for a dedicated gym. Now, my wife and I, as part of my retirement plan, have a number of business ventures that we are still going to pursue. One of those options was a CrossFit box, but not here in my wife's hometown. That was planned for the capital city, which has a population of over 100,000 and no CrossFit facilities at all. But a number of factors have now changed that plan, one of which being the stability of schooling for my son and daughter, which won't end until my daughter graduates from college or university, and that's not going to be for another 13 or 14 years. So we've decided to put the CrossFit box project in the city on hold. So the plan now is to build a more conventional gym here in my wife's hometown, a gym that is sorely needed for those people in the town who want to train but can't travel the 40 to 60 minutes either north or south to find a gym. There's another reason I think it's a good idea to build a gym here in my town. That being, the closest gym to us now, although it is more than adequate, is certainly not the kind of quality that I've been used to in the past. As I say, the gym that I'm a member of now is more than adequate, but it does have some limited facilities and also equipment. Now, although not a must-have, there are no showers and there's just one toilet for the men. There's no air conditioning, which in itself is not really a big problem, but there are no fans either, just open windows that produce, at best, a very weak through draft. And it is the Philippines, it is now the summer, so that draft, more often than not, is very hot. The gym is also on the top floor of the building and it's a metal tin roof, which makes it even hotter. Even when I train at 7:30 in the morning, I hate to think what it's like after 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Another issue with the gym for the users is that the equipment is unfortunately very, very old. And this means it does occasionally break, and then there may be quite a long time before it's actually repaired. As well as being old, there's very limited gym equipment. When I joined over a year ago, there was only one Olympic bar. There are now thankfully 2. There's no squat rack, there's no Smith machine, and there are no cable crossovers. Of course, that's not the end of the world, so please don't read this as me complaining just for the sake of complaining. Training at the gym is certainly not impossible. My initial thought was to build a good quality home gym here where we live. Me again. Now, I did write the script for this, and then I rewrote it, and I rewrote it again, because no matter how I wrote it, when I spoke it, I sounded like a whiny little bitch who wanted all the trappings of the first world when it came to the gym facilities that I've been used to having in abundance in both the UK and also in the Middle East. Even though now I'm in the Philippines, which is more of a second or third world country, and to boot, I'm in the province, so nowhere near a metropolitan area. So I just wanted to say that I love it here in the Philippines, and although I also love my time in the Middle East, I do prefer the slower, more laid-back way of life here in the province. And that's not to say that here in the province we're living in the dark ages. Far from it. We have high-speed internet, and Elon Musk's Starlink is also now available here, and I'm going to be looking into getting that too in the near future. We have access to really good medical facilities, also good nutritional whole food, and although the electricity grid is not 100% reliable, there are now a number of companies on the island that do install solar. Indeed, we have solar here at home, and we intend to install solar at the gym too. In 2023, there was a strong earthquake in the area that knocked out the power on our island for about 3 months. And if you were watching the channel back in December of 2021, you'll know that I was here in the Philippines for Christmas when Typhoon Odette struck, which again knocked out the power for about 3 months. So by installing solar at the gym to counteract the effects of brownouts, and that's what they call power cuts here in this part of the world, I'm hoping to get the best of both worlds, an up-to-date gym for me and for the town, and a gym that can continue to function if the power fails. And there's no room here at home to do that, but we do have a piece of land just down the road that we purchased many years ago, and luckily it's only about a 10-minute walk away from our house. And then my wife, ever the entrepreneur, said, if we're not going to build a CrossFit box in the city, why not just 5x or 10x the home gym and turn it into a commercial business? So we've made a few rough plans, we've spoken to an architect, and to future-proof the real estate, we applied for a building permit for a 3-story building. The gym's only going to take up 2 stories, but as there may be 3 stories in the future, we had to have a survey to ensure the ground could support a 3-story building, and also soil analysis to ascertain the depth and the width of the foundations, etc. Our master builder, Leo, and his team have stood by, ready to begin once we get the building permit finalised. Now, I'm sure in time, this will turn into a family business. I'm hoping so, especially my son and my daughter get excited about fitness. And I'm also sure that in years to come, my son and daughter, and maybe others too, may be interested in seeing the original plans and the record of the build. I've already taken a few pictures, and I intend to take more, and also some videos to record the progress. And if this is something that you may be interested in following along with, I could quite easily add one very short update video, maybe once a fortnight or once a month. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a vlog type series on the gym build. And if 2 heads are better than 1, that's my wife and I, then now we've got 30,000 plus subscribers, which is crazy. And thank you very much indeed. 30,000 plus heads must be better than 2. And if there is interest in the vlog type series on the channel, I may also take advantage of that by asking for advice and your opinions on things such as the name of the gym, possibly what the logo should look like, type of equipment, etc. Also, should the gym just be weight training orientated, or should there be an element of CrossFit or functional fitness as well? I was also thinking, as well as strength and conditioning, there could be an element of education, maybe on a website or on a Facebook page that addresses nutrition, sleep and lifestyle factors that optimize people's well-being. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Also, FYI, the piece of land we have to build the gym on is 13 meters by 12 meters. This works out at around 1,600 square feet. And on the picture, that's a section that is in yellow. And although I've been using gyms since 1988, which was just after I broke my leg, I've never actually built a gym. I talked earlier about the name and the logo and the type of equipment, but I'm sure there are many other things that I'm going to have to consider. A friend did talk about insurance and disclaimers, which I'm definitely going to have to look into at some time. If anyone watching this has any other ideas about the kind of things that I do need to consider, even if they're the last thing that I'll need to do on the list, like an opening party, I'll rather know now and put a pin in it than not realise until the last minute. And as I said, 30,000 plus heads have to be better than just 2.